Hey there, in this video I want to talk to you about your childhood and the trauma and the negative childhood experiences that you have experienced as a little child growing up in the demanding and dysfunctional society that we are living in, and growing up in a dysfunctional, chaotic, messy, or emotionally immature family system. We all know the word trauma, but when we think of that word, often we think of one like giant or big event that happened to someone that was really traumatic. But the trauma that I am talking about is, of course, that trauma. So that's very important to take with you if you have experienced something like that in your life. But also, trauma can be something that you experience for a prolonged period of time. Or even more, trauma isn't always what happened to us, but more about what we didn't receive as a little child, but that we truly needed as a little child. We have our basic needs. We have our emotional needs. And if they are constantly being unmet for a prolonged period of time, this is also trauma. And I think that next to the collective traumas that are influencing us as a collective and are indirectly influencing the family system, I think that trauma or negative experiences from your childhood, the relationship you had with your father, with your mother, I think these are the most important things to become aware of for yourself and to heal yourself from, because that is mostly and often the cause of you struggling in life, of you not doing the things that you want to do, of you not trusting yourself, having feelings of unworthiness, etc., etc. And often we think, well, I had a good childhood, there was love, but actually we say that because we are not aware of the emotional, immature society that we are living in and the systems that are dysfunctional and demanding and the effects of that on our family system. So we are not really aware of the needs that we have as children that are being unmet structurally. And I think we all are traumatized because of the society we are living in that has its effects on our family system. And we are traumatized because of the relationship we had with our parents that wasn't healthy and emotionally mature enough. So we all struggle from relational trauma. And this relational trauma is really disturbing for our development and for our society as a whole. We really grow up with a distrust in the collective, with a distrust in the feeling of we. We really grow up with the idea that being in a collective isn't safe because of all the disturbed relationships that we have. We learn that we cannot trust one or two of our caretakers or parents. We learn that we have to suppress who we truly are in order to receive love, recognition, validation, and survival or safety. We learn to suppress our emotions. We learn to not communicate our needs or our desires. We learn to cross our own boundaries or ignore them. We do not even learn how to feel what our boundaries are. And we learn that our true and authentic self is not something that has the right to exist, as if there is no place for that in this world. We learn that through shaming, through blaming, through being punished for speaking up, for being expressive. And I strongly believe, as I always say, that because of the society we're living in that is influencing our family systems, that everybody has trauma. We are all wounded in some way. And when you open your eyes for that and with honesty look at your childhood and acknowledge that there were basic needs that you didn't receive and that influenced you, and you experienced trauma, then you can start to acknowledge and feel and heal all the hurt and pain that was caused because of living in a society like ours and having a chaotic, messy family system. And then you can start to feel that because you experienced that as a little child, but you did not have a clue how to deal with that you have suppressed your true self, your authenticity out of shame, fear, guilt. And you can start to acknowledge this shame and the fear and the guilt that you experience in your daily life. And trust me, when you start to become aware of that inside of you, you will start to finally feel that every day you experience anxiety or shame or guilt or whatever. And when you become aware of that, then you can understand that all the struggles in your life, all your suffering, all the problems that you encounter, that in some way they are tied to these negative childhood experiences or your childhood trauma, or the relationships that you had with your father and your mother, the relational trauma that you have. Everything is connected, and because we suppressed all these things in our childhood, we think they are gone, but they are still here in our body, asking our attention every day. And when you know that, then you can start to address that in your body and work with it and heal your past and heal the trauma. And because of experiencing trauma or negative childhood experience, or having a prolonged period of time where you did not have your emotional needs met and you felt unsafe, you had for a very long time a dysregulated nervous system, and you never learned how to regulate your nervous system, so you were living in stress and survival mode already from a very young age, and that has its consequences and effects on you as an adult. So for example, you experience depression or burnout in your life, or another mental health disorder or suffering. I would like to call it suffering because I do not believe in the disorders. Or maybe you experience that your relationships are not really going very well or the way that you would want to, or you experience stress, anger, fear that is uncontrollable sometimes. You feel empty, or you feel like you want to move constantly, change jobs constantly. You always have the feeling that you miss the boat or miss the train. I don't know what the English one is. I think miss the boat. You want to travel all the time. You want to move all the time. You want to just leave your relationships, or maybe you're tied to your home and you do not dare to leave your home, or you feel anxious to go out in the world, or you struggle with confidence, etc., 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 etc. This is endless. But yeah, these are all consequences of the first relational trauma that you've had endured with your parents or caretakers. Hey there, my name is Myrthe Glasbergen. I'm the founder of Beyond Psychology, and I'm also an occupational health psychologist, life and job coach, intuitive singer, and creator. And I am fascinated about the awakening and healing of humanity. I strongly believe that healed people heal the world, and this is why I'm doing everything I can to help heal as many people as possible. So if you're on a journey of self-discovery, personal growth, transformation, healing, and you want to rediscover who you truly are and change yourself in your life, then subscribe to my channel for more videos on all of these topics. And if you want to help spread this message of awakening and healing, then please like this video, share this video, respond to this video, because that will definitely help. In my subscription, you can find a nice link to a free somatic exercise to start your healing journey. And you can also find the link to my online platform and community for self-discovery, healing, transformation, and growth. It's called Heart Journey, and it's here to help you rediscover who you truly are, heal yourself, transform yourself in your life, so that you will use your talents and your gifts to make the world a better place. Thank you for being here, and have a nice day.